and welcome. Once again, we say a very happy and prosperous 2021 to all our dear esteemed viewers. It is yet another interesting edition of the program CAC Weekly, a weekly program that keeps you abreast on the activities and achievements of the Corporate Affairs Commission. I am Amina Jibril. And we start off on a celebratory note, as the Registrar General and CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission marked 1 year in office on 7th January 2021. It will be recalled that His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari had approved the appointment of Alhaji Garba Abubakar as the Registrar General and CEO of the Corporate Affairs Commission on the 7th January 2021. 365 days after, the Corporate Affairs Commission, CAC, is pleased to highlight some of the Commission's modest achievements recorded under the stewardship of Alhaji Garba Abubakar as follows. The CAC successfully embedded the Federal Inland Revenue Service FIRS tax identification number TIN on the certificate of registration for companies through the existing FIRS stamp duty portal. Also settled part of the inherited CAC staff pension contribution liabilities to the tune of 1,511,852,319 naira 82 kobo. Also cleared the inherited CAC staff payee liabilities to the tune of 1,239,461,489 naira 32 kobo. Also was the full implementation of the federal government's approved monetization scheme in the Commission. The CAC settled the inherited severance liability to the tune of 352,145,939 naira 83 kobo. Also cleared some part of the inherited NSITF employee compensation to the tune of 50 million naira. Also was the successful remittance of operating surplus to the federal government's account to the tune of 2,766,829,350 naira 56 kobo. It secured reduction in insurance premium for the Commission's assets through meticulous and prudent audit of the existing assets in line with best practices. The CAC unveiled a brand new staff health insurance scheme with dialysis and cesarean operation now covered. It flagged off a new staff housing loan revolving scheme of 250 million set aside for takeoff in January 2021. Also was the closure of manual submission of application and dispensation with physical presence of customers in CAC offices in line with COVID-19 protocols. It also introduced the courier service for submission of applications for speedy and timely delivery of services. Also was a training of 390 staff and management. The CAC held the 2020 management retreat, successfully conducted the outstanding 2019 and 2020 promotion examinations, and it started the federal government-sponsored free 250,000 business names registration. It also held series of webinars, television and radio programs on the sensitization of the CAMA 2020, assented to by President Muhammadu Buhari, GCON, on 7th August 2020. Also was the successful gazetting of the CAMA 2020. CAC also obtained the approval of the Honorable Minister of Industries, Trade and Investment to the company's Regulation 2021 made pursuant to CAMA 2020. It upgraded the company's registration portal, CRP, to provide end-to-end registration for the first time in the history of the Commission. It also upgraded the company's registration portal, CRP, to provide end-to-end registration. And for the first time in the history of the Commission, customers can now print their certificates with FIRS TIN and verifiable quick response QR code in the comfort of their offices and homes. It introduced the first of its kind company registration certificate with verifiable QR code using the camera of a mobile phone or any other supported device. We sincerely congratulate the Registrar General, the Board, staff and management of the Commission, and above all, the entire country for such remarkable achievement within a very short span. Sky is certainly the limit for the Corporate Affairs Commission. And now back to one of the many aspirations of the CAC. As many of our viewers are aware, in line with keeping to its promise to ensure the deployment of end-to-end technology in its operation, CAC has redeemed its pledge to upgrade its company's registration portal, CRP. The upgraded portal was open to customers on Monday, the 4th of January 2021, and since then, customers are now able to download and print their certificates online. One of the striking features of the redesigned CAC certificate is that it has a verifiable QR code using the camera of a mobile phone or any other supported device to ascertain authenticity of the certificate. This makes the CAC become the first company registry to have that on its certificate across the globe. Wow! What a landmark achievement, and we say kudos to the CAC family. We will be right back after this break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. Now, in a bid to keep customers abreast with the upgraded system, the Commission has added a multimedia on the workings of the upgraded CRP on its website, www.cac.gov.ng. CAC Weekly sought to know more about the practicability of the upgraded CRP from Mr. Roberta Ambrose Chinweke, the Head Information and Communications Technology, CAC.
It's good we are starting the new year with a system upgrade. But before we come into that, what necessitated the system upgrade right now?
Right. Thank you very much for that important question. The upgrade of our enterprise solution, or what you call the company registration portal, was necessitated by the fact that a new law is in place now, as Company and Matters Act 2020. And again, we need to also compete with other world-class company registries in the world, and also the ease of doing business. We need to also show to the world that we're in the committee of countries where ease of doing business is grounded.
Okay, I do know that when people hear system upgrade, they're expecting efficiency, speed, time, But tell us some of the changes that customers will begin to see, some of the changes, some of the innovations that they'll begin to see with the system upgrade.
Right, thank you. A lot of innovations have been brought in here. Most importantly, the new law, which is the Company and Matters Act 2020, has actually introduced so many innovations. For instance, there were old software, a company registration portal, was basically designed to conform with the provisions of the old law, the repeat law now, which was the Company and Matters Act 1990. But with the new law, it has introduced some other entities and has actually introduced some provisions that are capable of making business registration in Nigeria, that is company registration and regulation in Nigeria, most user-friendly. We had to upgrade the existing application so as to bring in these provisions. For instance, the old law talked about authorized share capital. But the new law says no. The new law has dispensed with the idea of authorized share capital, but talks about issued share capital. So what it then means is that if we were to continue with the old application, customers will not be able to register companies based on the new law. Again, on the part of ease of doing business, previously, customers had to indicate states where they will pick up their certificates of registration. But we said no, with IT, there are no boundaries. What it means is that in this upgraded application, a customer can, in the comfort of his home and office, get his certificate delivered. All the system does is that upon registration, the certificate is sent to the customer's email and he downloads and prints with all the security features that are contained therein. So it is safe.
Okay, and still coming back to the safety and security of the certificate, because in the era of internet fraud, cyber attack and hacking, just how safe and secured will this certificate be, as well as data of customers?
All right, exactly. From the point of view of a certificate, certificate is just a prima facie evidence that a company has been registered. Just as, for instance, if you make a payment somewhere and a receipt is issued to you as evidence of payment that the transaction has been carried out. But on our certificates, there are inbuilt securities in those certificates. For instance, in the previous application, you never had QR codes on our certificate. But now it has been introduced. What it means is that if for any reason you have doubts as to genuineness of the certificate that someone has presented before you, and you have a QR code reader, you immediately point it to that and it will show to you the inbuilt security features in that code. And that will confirm to you whether that certificate was actually, the certificate emanates from CAC or elsewhere. And you can also, as a way of authentication too, you can go to our portal. Whatever number, the registration number that appears on that certificate, you can go to our portal and confirm whether that certificate emanates from CAC. So, in terms of the texture of certificate and co, we don't. The Commission is not interested in knowing, whether you use A4 paper or whether you use a Conqueror or whatever. No. The most important thing is that if in doubt that certificate is coming from CAC, you can use the QR code reader to confirm, or you go on the portal and check whether it is registered in CAC. That has to a large extent also reduced the cost of production for us here. Because in the past, the Commission had to spend so much money preparing pre-printed certificates, okay, which is issued to customers. And that costs so much money too. But government is looking for money, and has also asked us to reduce our costs. So we have done that, and with technology, anywhere you are, you can confirm whether this company is registered in CAC or not.
For those who have old certificate, the hard copy itself, what happens to them?
No,
they're still valid?
Those old certificates remain valid.
Okay.
They remain valid. And I can give you an instance. If you had gone to probably University of Ife before it became Obafemi Awolowo University, you didn't have to return your certificate that bore University of Ife because the name has been changed to Obafemi Awolowo University. It's still some certificate issued by CAC.
Okay. Now that it's just starting, what are some of the challenges people should expect, customers should expect? Any challenge that customers should expect?
Well, from our point of view, we do know that no technology is perfect, but we have taken it upon ourselves to make sure that we mitigate against any form of hardship that customers could. And we have done this by making sure that we make provision for business continuity facilities in the event that our primary site fails. There is secondary sites that also take up immediately. So we're running active sites so that we don't have, we have minimum downtime, as it were, in the event that technology fails. So I don't expect anything. There's one important point I need to make to our customers. Now, in as much as I have said that post-incorporation module is online now, we have not foreclosed those customers who had filed post-incorporation, who had made post-incorporation filings before the upgraded application came in. So the Commission has created a window that will allow customers that have not completed their post-incorporation filings before now to do so between now and 31st of March 2021. Just post-incorporation alone. We have closed the window for pre-incorporation, manual submission of pre-incorporation. But for post-incorporation, you have the window to submit manually between now and 31st of March 2021. After that, that window will also be closed.
So for the purpose of our viewers and Nigerians and your customers, we'd like you to do a demo so that people can now, have an understanding of what this new system is all about.
All right, thank you. We'll do that.
Okay.
You launch your browser. For us here, we have used the Google Chrome as our browser. Then launch our website, cac.gov.ng. As soon as you launch CAC website, which is cac.gov.ng, it takes you to this landing page, and then you go to the option of online registration.
Okay.
It will take you to this page. Now here you are in the portal.
You're already in the portal.
You are already in the portal.
Okay.
Now this is one of the ways to launch the portal.
Okay.
Going through our website, you can type pre.cac.gov.ng,
Okay.
and it will also take you to the portal. Now, if you are an existing user of the portal before this upgrade, you are lucky, nothing has changed. Your user account is intact. You can go ahead and use your account.
Okay. For those who don't have an account.
For those who don't have an account in the previous application, you have to create an account. Go to register. Register. A form is there for you where you can create your account to be a valid user on this portal.
Okay.
Okay? And just as you said, you have the opportunity to be a public account or an accredited agent. We have accredited agents. We are those that CAC has accredited lawyers, chartered accountants, and chartered secretaries. They are accredited agents. Every other person is a public user. Those who are not lawyers are not chartered accountants or chartered secretaries. But they'll be able to make registrations. Okay? However, for you to be able to make registration, especially limited liability company, you must be a first director of that company.
Okay.
It then means if you use that account to register for somebody else, for a company that's not yours, the system will automatically import your name as one of the directors of the company, because you are trying to evade our policy.
Oh, okay.
You understand? So you can log in with your account now. All right. So let's see. This username, which is your account that was created, all right. And then, of course, upon creation of your account, you get an email message giving you your password, which you can change at your first login.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So the password is given to you upon creation, but you have the capacity to change that first password. To change that password upon your first login. As soon as you log in as a valid user, the system authenticates whether you're a valid user on the portal. As soon as your login credentials are authenticated, the system takes you to this page. Now, for this customer, point at that the customer's name, Ibrahim Tama Jibrin. Okay, Ibrahim Tama Jibrin has on this portal done this number of activities. He has reserved 2 names.
Okay.
Reserved name.
Okay.
He has reserved 2 names on this portal.
Okay.
2 names have been denied. Okay. He has registered 2 companies
Oh, okay.
on this portal already.
Yes.
Okay. Are there a number of approving? Are there some pending approvals? None. Are there approvals that are queried?
No.
No.
Okay.
Now this is for registration. Okay. But for reservation, let's start with reservation. This customer has submitted 0 applications for now.
Okay.
At this time. None is pending. But previously, 2 names were denied. Previously, two names were reserved for this customer.
Okay.
Now we will go to registration to know whether this customer has ever registered companies.
Okay.
Right now, he has not submitted any. No fresh submission from the customer.
Okay.
None is pending. None is queried at this moment. But previously, he has registered 2 companies.
Okay. So all the details pop up.
Exactly. So these are the things that the customer expects to see, or the user
Okay.
expects to see on his dashboard, because this is the customer's or the user's dashboard, the valid user's dashboard.
Okay.
Now, assuming he wants to start a new registration, of course, the first point is to reserve a name,
Okay.
and this is where he clicks.
New registration.
Yes, new name reservation.
Okay.
New name, either there or in the middle here.
Okay.
Yes, so here
Okay.
or there. It will take you to the next page, and you complete the form also and submit, it will now be the job of CAC at the back end to treat your application. Okay. And as soon as the result is ready, it's sent to your email. You will access the result.
Okay.
Whether the name is approved or rejected, you get a feedback from your email address. As soon as you get a feedback from us that your name has been approved, the name you requested for has been approved, the next thing you do, if it's a company limited by shares, is to go to pre-incorporation. Before you do this, as I advised earlier,
Okay.
you're supposed to look at our public search. That's why it's step 1. Now, you need to use this to ascertain whether the name you intend to use for registration is available or not.
Okay.
It reduces
Saves you time.
and the chances of your name failing.
Right.
So that's why we call it step 1. These are new innovations that have come in.
Okay.
In the past, you have to leave the entire portal and go to another application, yes, to search.
Okay.
That has been taken care of.
Yeah.
So you have to leave this. After this search, which you call step 1, you go to step 2. You can see there, which is name reservation.
Okay.
Then you now, as soon as the name is reserved for you and you get a feedback,
Okay.
you go to step 3, which is pre-incorporation.
Okay.
So it's labeled in such a manner that the customer will not be confused, or the user of this portal. Of course, it's made user friendly.
Okay.
Okay, and it creates for user satisfaction also. So as soon as you are through with step 2, you come to step 3, which is the proper registration. Let's click on pre-incorporation registration, and you commence the registration. Now it will take you to this page. Now let's click on registration, because this is what the next step.
Okay.
Registration. Now there's a drop down there. It will ask you, you want to start a new registration, or you wanted to know the extent to which your registration has gone.
Okay.
Maybe you have made a filing already and you want to do something about what stage is your new registration. If that's what you wanted to know, you would have gone to my registrations. Okay? But since we are commencing a new registration, you can see the cost of printing at new registration. So let's click on a new registration. Remember, at the point of asking for name reservation, if the name was approved,
Okay.
a code is given to it.
Okay.
Now, this code is what is used to track your registration up to the point where that registration acquires a registration number, or what we call the RC number,
Okay.
which is the number, your company's number. In between time, before your company acquires its number, it is this code that's used to trace how far the application has gone.
Okay.
So it is very important that every name that is approved has a code. That's the unique identifier to that name.
Okay.
So for us here, we have not done any availability. Okay, so we don't have any code
Yes.
that we use.
Yes.
But that's the code you type here. I think it's 11 digit code or so.
Okay.
Yeah, 11 digit code. If it's less than that, of course, that is not coming from CS. So, assuming the availability code is successful, it will immediately call up the name that was reserved for you
Okay. Automatically. Okay.
from the database, because that number is what is associated with that name. It will call it up. You will be able to confirm whether this is exactly the name that was registered for you, and then you move on to fill the form
Okay.
for registration. As soon as you see this approved registration, the next thing is for you to download your certificate. You
Okay.
can see the button there,
Yes.
download certificate.
It means you have concluded the process
Yes, and
successfully.
CAC have, so your result is out.
Okay.
All right. Those who are familiar with the processes in CAC would have realized that we now use the coat of arm,
Oh yes.
okay, as against our logo
Oh yes.
initially.
Okay.
Okay.
The face of the new
This is the
certificate.
face of the new certificate.
Okay.
Okay. So because there's only one jurisdiction,
Okay.
Nigeria, and CAC is just a subset of Nigeria.
Nigeria.
That's why we have to change from
Your
CAC logo to,
Okay.
because this is Nigerian jurisdiction.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Those who are familiar with old certificate would have noticed that previously this is not where the number used to be.
Yes. It used to be up.
Up and I think to the left hand side also.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is where it is at this moment.
Okay.
And as against what you should have BN and then the number, you have it written in full, business name registration number.
Okay.
If you have any reason to suspect a certificate,
Okay.
you now have the QR code embedded on the certificate.
Okay.
So if you have a QR code reader, you can just try to read this and you authenticate whether this certificate is actually coming from CAC or not.
Okay. Mr. Alberta Ambrose Chinwike, Head Information and Communication Technology, Corporate Affairs Commission. Many thanks indeed for your time and the demo.
I appreciate your coming.
All right.
God bless you.
And this is where we wrap up this week's edition of the program CAC Weekly. Thank you for watching. For comments and inquiries, please take advantage of our social media handles and helplines. On Twitter, it is at CAC Nigeria 1. On Instagram and Facebook, it is Corporate Affairs Commission. Our email is cservice@cac.gov.ng. And our website is www.cac.gov.ng. You can also reach us on our helplines on 081 822 99016 or 081 822 98971 or 090 874 01598, 090 874 01599 and 090 874 01600. Do join us next week for another interesting edition of the program. Same time, same station. From me, Anina Jabril, and the whole team here. Bye for now.